Hey, this is Klaus.
We are Vandalism.
You with Goodwill. And we're the Belly Pots.
This is Hook and Sling.
I'm Tommy Trash.
Hey, this is Corsi and you're on HQtv with the Ministry of Sound Annual. Remember that.
Can you hear us? Want the sun on my skin, and the world that I'm in makes me delirious. Can you hear us with a smile on my face from a far distant place? I'm delirious. Can you hear us? Want the sun on my skin, and the world that I'm in makes me delirious. Can you hear us with a smile on my face from a far distant place? I'm delirious. We need a holiday. Delirious. Take me away. We need a holiday. Delirious.
You've just come off that main stage and you have absolutely rocked it, my friend. Did you have fun?
It was really good fun, and we just got told that we broke all the records tonight.
It was just absolutely fantastic, to be honest. There was like 3 rows of girls down the front for
And
you.
then 16 rows of guys taking notes.
But good tunes.
It was good. I got to play techno.
You enjoyed it?
Yeah, because it was so full, and there's a queue outside. I thought they're not going anywhere, so I can play really hard.
Do whatever you want.
They're like sardines. I'm like, here you go. Here's some relentless techno.
I'm waiting for you to say HQ's the best. I love it here.
HQ's pretty good. I got to say, it's right up there. For a while, I thought the only thing Adelaide had going for it was like Gary Sweet and that iced coffee. What's
Farmers
it?
Union.
Farmers Union. I love that shit. I'm in love with this place now.
Now, tell us Courseonomics. What's all this about? Because we spoke to John earlier.
He was just
He's-
bagging me, wasn't he?
He was bagging you. But he's given us his version of Courseonomics, but we want the real version. Tell us all about it.
I've only got love for John Course, so I'm not going to bag him out. I just like to thank Ministry of Sound for putting me on tour with him all the time, and I'd like to thank Jesus for giving us John Course. And he has this sort of lateral logic where he just sorts things out, and it's called Courseonomics.
Yeah.
He just sorts stuff out. I think you have to be in the moment to sort of soak it up. But he's a lateral thinker, and I'm just loving it. I'm trying to encourage him to write a book, actually. I think he's actually a modern genius. He's just yet to be discovered. He could probably do like talkback radio, like AM style in Melbourne.
Right.
He could be like the king of talkback. When he comes up with a pearl of wisdom, I just go, Courseonomics, Courseonomics, Courseonomics. So yeah, that's Coursey. It's hard to explain. You have to be there.
We'll see that on the annual next year.
And you can cut right now to some footage of him DJing.
Walking on a dream. How can I explain? Talking to myself. Will I see again?
John Course, all the way from Melbourne. Mate, welcome to HQtv.
How you going? Via Perth. We were in Perth last night, so it's kind of like across the country and back. It's been pretty hectic. We're nearly to the end of it. We've got a couple of weeks to go. The thing is, with the whole dance music thing, it's always good to kind of spread the gospel, you know, and it's easy to go and play big cities and do Melbourne and, you know, Sydney, Adelaide, Brisbane and Perth, but if you really want to kind of spread the dance music love, you got to get out there and, you know, do those little places. I did a place in Warrnambool, which is a 3-hour drive out of Melbourne. Never done it before, did on Wednesday night, and it was packed and it was mad, and I was like, wow, this is a Wednesday night in Warrnambool, you know, like, this should, in my head, it's never going to happen, but it's happening, and there's people loving it, so, you know, it's cool.
Now you've been DJing for
1 or 2
at least 20 years now, yeah? How did it all start for you in Melbourne? Because we ran into each other at a DMC competition many years ago.
The first time I ever saw any DJing, I saw it in a movie. You know yourself, we had no idea that the whole DJ thing was going to get as big as it has. Back then, we were the guys, the geeks, the music geeks in the corner that everyone else was like, you know, oh, you're working, you know, we're partying. I kind of always loved playing, you know, out. I didn't want to kind of be that guy that just mixed and and did my own thing and mixed stuff and didn't play records and didn't get people rocking, you know, I'd much rather the club environment.
Now, you started a little label that had a little bit of success called Vicious.
We started Vicious in 1991. I think our second record was a record with Mark James and Carl Cox called Eternal.
Get a hold of that record, Eternal.
I guess the most well-known thing that most people would know is Madison Avenue, which is Andy Van's project with Shane. And then most recently, I guess the thing that most people know is the Pop Valleys. They're signed to us. So, you know, in between all those acts that have crossed over that everybody knows, there's been a lot of good club records, a lot of international stuff. I mean, one of the most successful ones is obviously Dirty South. Besides
Finding a lot of talent around the country, you've also done a bit of music yourself with Mr. Timothy, Electro Funk Lovers. How's that going for you at the moment?
Yeah, it's good. We did a stack of remixes about 2 years ago, and then around a year ago we did a project with Katie Noonan. Basically, she come into Tim's studio with us and re-sung the whole album, and it's all kind of like a club version of the album. So that was a big project for us. It's like, you know, kind of remixing 12 tracks. Just back in the studio at the moment doing a remix of a track called Forgiveness by the Wham Do Project. We're writing some original stuff with Katie Underwood. 2009, here we come.
Now, you've been touring with Goodwill, who we've had on HQtv before. Telling me about something called Courseonomics.
Courseonomics.
We've just got a bit of this thing going on that he reckons that I'm full of facts that are sometimes useless and sometimes useful. And whenever I happen to randomly bring one up, he calls it Courseonomics.
Courseonomics.
It's just a little fun thing that we've got going on.
Now, you've played at HQ a few times now. You've had a good time tonight?
Yeah, look, it's always good here. The Ministry tours, it's like there's not that many big venues left in the whole country. It's always great when you kind of walk out on stage and you're like, the whole room's pumping and people are loving it. The Ministry stuff here always pumps. You've got a pretty good resident Saturday night, I reckon. If you get this every week, it's pretty good.
We're very, very lucky here. Ministry annual tour, John Course.
Courseonomics.
Now, tell us, we spoke about this during the week. You've just teamed up with Paul Mac, which I think is just like you and him together is just a fabulous combination. Yeah. Tell us what you guys have been doing and like what's coming up for you guys.
We're trying to write some music together. It's been going okay. Red wine gets in the way a little bit. We haven't really named the project. Probably going to be Paul Mac and Goodwill. Do you reckon that's a genius name?
Unbelievable. How'd you come up with that?
We just thought about it. That was actually like a week-long meeting. We haven't named the songs yet, but it's pretty fun. Yeah,
That's great.
Yeah, it's good. Like all my music, it just never quite gets finished. But this is the closest I've come to finishing music in a while.
How do you find time to do all this stuff?
It's all right. I just kind of just do one. How do you eat an elephant? You know, small chunks.
What are you going to do for next year?
Put out some more Goodwill singles. That's definitely on the cards. I've got one coming out late January. And then do a couple more compilations next year. Then off to Ibiza again.
Ibiza?
Yeah, Ibiza to play at Pasha. And a couple of European tours next year as well on top of that. Courseonomics. Thank you for the most random interview I've done in ages.
Can't wait to see you back here again very soon.
Yeah, I can't wait to come back. Tonight's about John Course. Welcome to the year of John Course.